This right here is the very latest version of SociSNAP. We've added additional buttons. SociSNAP Pro has this button called Upload Audio File. And that's the only difference in the editor that is between SociSNAP Pro and SociSNAP. Also, SociSNAP Pro includes these additional trainings: The Art of Alchemy, Email Helpout, Email Conqueror, 23 Facebook Tips, Genius Mindset, and Webinar Replays. When we go into the SociSNAP tool itself, we still have the same functionality: bold, italic, underline. We added a font family because a lot of our work is done in email. So let's say I'm going into this right here. This was my original post for a webinar, and I can still copy from Google Docs and paste into the latest editor. And you can see my character count is 577. I click next. Now I can copy this to Clipboard right here. It turns green. I can click Reveal. It will show me what my post looks like. So let's suppose I want to post all of this into Facebook. It's already on my clipboard. So I can just go to Facebook, paste it in. It looks exactly the way I wrote it. Let's say I want to go to Twitter. Well, Twitter has fewer characters. We say get our new exclusive Facebook Magic Post formatting tool. And I copy that, just this piece. Now remember, this is the reveal button. So when I click here on the reveal, I go over to Twitter and I paste that in. And as you can see, I can also put in hashtags. So I can tweet that out, and you see there it is. Get our new exclusive Magic Post formatting tool. It makes your post stand out from all the others with cool things like bold and italic. And I put in a little short code that links over to SociSNAP, the social media editor, and I just posted this on my Twitter channel. And you see the tweet itself has the bold. I can do the same thing with LinkedIn. Click Start a Post, paste it in. Put in that hashtag, put in the hashtag social media. Let's try whole social media post. Maybe social media optimization might be a good hashtag. And you see how beautiful this looks inside of, we can get rid of FB. Just call it Magic Post Formatting Tool. Then I click Post. I want to add that as hashtag as well. That looks nice. Then I click Post. So you get the picture. You can utilize SociSNAP to author all of your things, right? So say, for example, let's say I want to now go and I say Twitter. Okay. So this is going to be my Twitter one. Then I could say webinar. You can organize all these however you like, right? The save button is right here, the little disk icon. You click save, and I would say SociSNAP Marketing 1, and give it a friendly name. I hit save. Then once you've saved it, you have things you can do. You can use the megaphone and share it. You can also run this spam filter on it. The spam filter highlights in yellow the potential challenge words that could cause problems in Facebook. It automatically bolds them and gives you synonym replacements if we have them available in our database. Now, up until now, we've been asking people to post the words that they use, that they want synonyms more for, in our Facebook group, and most of our community has not been responding. So we've put together a Skype group if you're interested, and that seems to be working to help us figure out replacement words. In general, most of the words in yellow are words you just want to rewrite in the context of your copywriting. But it's some words like free, if you replace it with the word complementary, it all of a sudden becomes a lot more friendly. Success, you can use the word victory. Sales, you can use the word purchase. Facebook, you can use the word social media. So simple things like this make a huge difference, because not only will your emails read better, your social media will read better, and you'll also be more compliant with the elements of the bots that read all these posts to try to determine their categorization. So let's go through the buttons. This again is strike through. A lot of people don't even notice this button. This is called the eraser tool. Let's say, for example, I'm going to click first this one. This is what the original source code looks like that we get from a Google Doc. And Google Docs are very predictable. That's why SociSNAP works best with Google Docs, because we can interpret this and very accurately and effectively create social media posts that have those bold italics and formatting. But let's suppose I'm blanking this out, and let's say I want to go to a web page, like for example an article I wrote a while back, tracing the origins of our parent company, EarthGrid. Is EarthGrid the Starbucks of websites? And I have all of this content right in here, which still has those bold formatting, right? Now, when I copy and paste this over into SociSNAP, when I look at the source code, it has a different set of formatting, right? That may or may not be recognizable and might give inconsistent results. Let's see what it looks like if I just hit the next button and reveal. You see, it gives me a blank screen because it can't recognize the fonts. So what we do is we click previous and we run this eraser tool, and it removes a lot of the formatting right here, the extra HTML tags. It removes all those, allowing us to still keep the bolds, the italics, but removes all the extra table formatting that confuses things. So now when we click next and we click reveal, we still can retain our web pages and make them beautifully into posts. And what's nice about this is you have these attention grabbing bolds and italics that you can easily work into your social media posts on any platform, including like this one. I'm going to go over to YouTube, and I'm going to go into our community, and I'm going to create a post, and I'm going to paste it in. And inside of YouTube, I now have those bolds. I would say keep reading, ... I could go back to my EarthGrid VIP article and just paste that in right in here. Now when I post this to my community, my YouTube community starts to see this beautiful post, and when they click read more, they can keep reading it, and then they also have access to the full article. So social media, all forms of social media respond to the Unicode. The Unicode is the Uniform Standard Code that the bolds, the italics, and the emojis all share. I'm going to show you another website that I really use a lot. It's called Emojipedia.org, and it has all the most popular emojis. The pleading face, the red heart, right? So the red heart, but here's what I used to have to do until SociSNAP was invented. I'd have to click here and click copy, and then I would have to go copy one emoji at a time to spice up my posts. Now, all of you have SociSNAP, so you can still use the Emojipedia to find, you know, little sparkles, like this is one of the emojis that may not be inside of our editor, and just let me know which emojis you want, and we can add them to the editor and try out to see if the community responds to them. But let's say I want to add these little I would say I could add the sparkles right here. I could go back here and add the red heart, copy that, go back here. I'll put love EarthGrid right here. I'm going to go over here and look for coffee, see if there is such a thing as a coffee emoji. So there is a hot beverage emoji. I can go find this. Okay, so now when I save this, and I'm going to call this one EarthGrid Starbucks, I click save. I can click next, I can click reveal, and I see all this is right here. I can go back in here. I can also click copy, and I go back over to my post on YouTube, and I can click edit, I think. Yep, I click edit, right? And I'm just going to go in here and replace that. Now I've emojified it a little bit. Okay. So SociSNAP works also on social media platforms. So I can click over here, and you see these are all the platforms we've tested: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Skype. It also works in Zoom. People in our community are constantly adding Zoom. So you can discover new platforms just by clicking on these social network icons. So a lot of people get confused about the 1, 2, 3, and let me explain it. Basically, you create your post in the editor. Then you click the next button, and what that does is it basically is what the browsers need in order for us to copy or reveal, right? The conversion happens on the step 2. I use reveal more than anything because I love to just grab elements and just keep this tab open while I have my social media there. But for newbies, we discovered that by hitting the next button, it also copies it simultaneously to the clipboard. And so when you click on the icon, it's already on your clipboard. So if I go click back to LinkedIn and I click start a post, and you see my character limit is exceeded. That's also one of the reasons why we created the character limit right in here. You can see it's 1,700 characters. So I can go back over here. I can get rid of this and see if it reaches the limit, and it doesn't. It's still too low. I can delete this part, ... Oh, wow. That's an interesting number. Character count 666. Click next, copy it, go back to LinkedIn, paste it in. Remove one of the dots. I can now add a little bit of carriage returns. And then I want to go in and do that keep reading thing that I said, keep reading. And go back to my article, copy it, go back to LinkedIn, paste it in. Then it loads the preview, add hashtag, social media, digital marketing, marketing, business, SEO, software, like, entrepreneur, right? There we go. Click post. And eventually people will ask you, how are you making your posts look so good? And you can tell them, well, I am a SociSNAP certified social media consultant, and you will have clients seeking you out because we will be sending them to you. All right, let's go to the next feature. We covered all these features from left to right. We covered code view, so you can see what the nice cleaned up code looks like. All the emojis are here. The favorites is a personal favorite, so these are your personal favorites that you use all the time. The popular is across the entire network, and we just recently had the flame beat the explosion. And the down arrow and the checkbox. So this is across all of our 3,000 plus users currently that are using SociSNAP. People, all of these are editorialized by us developers. So if you have your favorite emoji, just let us know, send us a Skype. We're going to set up a Discord channel so you can use that as well. We still have the toilet paper emoji, the coronavirus emoji. Fun, live parties, explosions. We constantly can update these in a nanosecond. So if you have a favorite emoji, we can rotate it in. So what you want to do is go over to the Emojipedia, find your favorite emojis. Let us know what they are. Because as you can see, the coffee emoji, I believe, is in here already. Yep, there it is. So we can also change the order of it. The standard order that's there is sort of a universal standard of how the orders are. The ancient symbols we added now to the bottom of the symbols, so you can actually see that if you keep going, there's Celtic runes and Egyptian hieroglyphics and ancient Hebrew is all in the symbols category. So we kind of had its own ancient tab you may have seen in previous videos. Or if you go to YouTube and you do a search for Stonehenge live stream 2020, you'll see that we used one of our videos. Let's see, there it is. Stonehenge symbols live stream 2020 summer solstice, 3,500 views, and there we had the one of the ancient Celtic symbols right there. Is one of our videos. So if you want to recreate the videos we talk about in these two trainings, there was a 20-minute training, and then we had a much longer training with our members. That's available there. It's on the symbols tab. Just scroll down to the bottom, and you'll start to see these ancient symbols. Like that's the Celtic cross. This is interesting. I did a whole video on this. This is actually Apple's command key. In Europe, this symbolizes a sacred site or an indigenous site is nearby. So yeah, I love that kind of stuff. All right, so that's enough on the emojis. Right over here, we have voice recognition. I can demonstrate this for you. Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about social media and how emojis make it more friendly. All you have to do is speak whatever you want and use our social media editor to add emojis, bold, and italics. Yeah, so you can see that all you do is click speech to text, start speaking. As soon as you stop speaking, the system automatically recognizes that you've stopped speaking, and it will enable you to do that. But what if you've already given a webinar? What if you've already spoken about something? That's when you would use this upload audio file. Now, one thing we've also found, social media tends to work best when you split things up. All right, so if I had all of this text bunched up, let me just say it's bunched up. I'm going to make it a little bit more bunched up. Just to simulate what a closed caption would look like. All right, so I grab this big block of text. And I copy this. So this new button is available now for all members. Okay, this adds a paragraph break after sentences. It's very, very useful. So I just have all this voice recognized text. Okay, from whatever source it's come from. Let's say you're using a third-party voice recognition software or closed captioning. However you get your captions, it's kind of a mess. And it's very hard to see the emojis. So what you do is you click this button right here, and it automatically splits it up into paragraphs. Makes it easier to read, easier to see where the paragraph break should be. It's crucial. So then from here, I can add an emoji, and I'll go to my popular ones. And we'll just go right here and add that. So it makes it easy for you to do that. And then you can also go in here, and what I found is that when I'm working, if I add in all the paragraph breaks, I can see easier what it says. And then if I want to have 2 or 3 sentences per paragraph, I can always delete them so it looks correct for social media. It's a huge time saver. The one thing we have in common is it's all about flow. You notice that, yes, all of these tools, they exist in other places, but there's no place other than SociSNAP where all the tools are in one roof. They're all under one roof. It's like a Swiss Army knife of social media. And that does not interrupt your flow. So as you're crafting your stuff, you don't have to go back and forth between Google Docs. You don't have to go back and forth between Emojipedia to get your emojis. Everything's at your fingertips. Your favorite emojis automatically show up, right? And the popular emojis, you can see what new emojis the community is discovering, like the alien emoji. I didn't even know that even existed. Or the surfer emoji. Or the Easter Island statue emoji. As people find these emojis and let us know about it, and then we add them to the editor, we're constantly evolving. Well, there are in total, okay? I'm going to close by saying, if you go to unicode.org and you want to understand how this works, people oftentimes say, hey, everyone in the world should be able to use their own language on phones and computers. That was the vision of the Unicode. Okay? The new Unicode consortium.
Before the world of Unicode, text encoding was
Overview.
Because you had computers being
These are
invented
the
in
people
different
who are
countries, and
deciding
you had people using them on different
what
languages.
fonts, what
Since the
characters are
mid-'70s,
being seen
problems
by
of
what
bringing
devices.
multiple language into computer text have continued to grow.
You had all these people inventing their own forms of encoding for their own computers.
So you had different sets of code for German, you had different sets of code for Russian, you had different sets of
So if
code
you want
for
to use
Chinese,
Greek
you had different
or
sets
Chinese
of code for Arabic.
And then suddenly they all had to
Or
talk
different
to each other, right?
languages
So you had
with
these
different
networks.
symbols.
If you
They're
send
all
things back
part
and
of the
forth,
Unicode.
it would just end up in a big
Emojis,
jumble. Kind of like when you have a
symbols.
cartoon character, it's like cursing, like little boxes and like weird things.
And so
Because
you might see these
there wasn't a
squares.
common agreement.
You might see certain devices that can't play back certain symbols. Well, that's because that device is not updated to the current version of the Unicode. The Unicode, when you get your updates on your phone, when you get your updates on your computer, a lot of times they're updating the Unicode character set to allow for the new emoji, for the new symbol, such as this one, or the coronavirus emoji. You see, Emoji 13.1 now final to be widely available in 2021. 217 new emoji sequences are available. Woman with beard, person with beard, face exhaling. Now, you can see what these look like. However, devices don't have the plugins for them yet. Okay? Over 140,000 characters are available. They're doing an adoption program. And so if you want to adopt an emoji, you can do that. For $5,000, you can adopt a character. And you'll have your name in stars. Silver and bronze. They give you thank you gifts. So I think that's pretty cool. This is how they're raising money for this nonprofit, to help expand the Unicode and help pay for all of the work that they do to make sure that all of the developers and all of the software companies and hardware manufacturers get these new character sets so all of us can share these beautiful emojis. So, in conclusion, where are we and where are we going? Well, where we're ultimately going is toward SociSNAP Pro. SociSNAP Pro is for professionals, and we want to build a community of professionals that work with us. Because of the rising costs of development, we really want to find a way to make it possible for us to share our trainings with you in such a way that it's mutually beneficial, and also have certification so that you're utilizing the tool. So when you work with your clients, we know that they'll be taken care of. The one feature that is part of SociSNAP Pro that's not part of every other version of SociSNAP is the upload audio file. And that's, to me, the most important feature. It's really for professionals. And it also requires a little bit more work. because you have to create a wave file. A wave file is an audio file that just contains audio and nothing else in the WAV or WAV format. So if I click Upload Audio File and I bring up the History of SEO with Bob Heyman interview on YouTube Live, this is what it looks like. And you'll see it will actually start to correct as it moves on. So there you have it. You see, as soon as it finishes the voice recognition from the audio file, from the WAV file, the pre-existing zoom that we had, it automatically runs the paragraph tool and makes it easier for you to understand and see what's there. And what this allowed me to do is then very quickly, and I made a video about this, convert this entire text into the liner notes that goes underneath one of our videos. So when I go into YouTube Studio, and so you can see this is what the ultimate post looked like that I was able to turn in by starting off at first. Now what's interesting is I was able to make this beautiful text and this transcript in a few minutes just by proofreading the output from SociSNAP. So this is a pro feature, and as a result we also have pro training. And if you'd like to be an early access member of Pro, there's a button below this page somewhere where you can get access to that, or inside the description of this video. But still, the biggest benefit you get as a Pro member, you're authorized for second-tier commissions, and you get a personal connection with me to help you with getting your affiliate business off the ground. And if you purchase one of our other previous products, then please let me know, because I can also reduce your monthly Pro membership down even further, or even comp you into a lifetime membership based on the product purchase that you've had before. So for example, if you decide to jump into the easy one-up opportunity, we'll have a conversation, and based on what you've made a payment towards, we can apply what you paid so far toward that program, toward your Pro membership. There are many possibilities. I'd love to see what works right for you. If you'd like to book some time with me, my URL is workwithvic.com. Over to my calendar. I accept appointments starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And if I can't make it for whatever reason, we'll connect on Skype. So you can connect with me on Skype. You can book an appointment if you want to do that. We could sit down and talk for 30 minutes and align your goals with where EarthGrid is heading. So thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you at one of our next live events. And stay safe, be well, and much success to you.